What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Comic Talk, episode 19. Just me next night. Carter, I believe, has work, so we're just not me doing a quick little one. Just going over the news since we've been out of action a couple of weeks. And I know you just got back from SpaceCon San Antonio. How was that, dude?
It was good, man. It was good. It was fun.
Mr.
A lot
Nick
of
Gillard
busy
was there.
stuff that week. Yeah, hung out with Nick Gillard, Nick G.
That's awesome.
It was cool. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, it definitely looked cool seeing it all online. Yeah, that looked good. Looked like it was a blast.
Yeah, definitely was. Definitely was.
How was the flight back?
Flight back was good, man. It was good. A little turbulence, but it was good. Met some friends,
Who who might those be?
Yo, honestly, I don't actually know their real names. I know Shin Hati and Sabine Wren were at the airport.
Natasha, Leo
Um,
Bordizo, and Ivana Sacco.
yeah. So that was cool because they were working the con. They were working
Yeah,
at
that's awesome.
doing their thing. So that's cool.
Also, you had your birthday. Happy birthday, dude.
Yes. Thank you. Right here.
The Captain
You hooked
America
me
hoodie.
up. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, there's been over the weekend a bunch of stuff came out. There was a Vogue fashion some fashion event, and Marvel had a section there along with Dune and a couple other properties, and some interesting people showed up. Denai Guerrera, I'll go ahead and throw up some pictures now. Denai Guerrera Okoye was there in full uniform, as well as
Mhm.
Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda and uh, Tiana Taylor, surprisingly, as another member of the Dora Milaje, and also Damson Idris, which the Avengers
Damn.
Doomsday concept art of T'Challa that was
Yeah.
fake concept art was Damson Idris.
I
And
haven't even heard about any of this yet. I've been
yeah,
so
I'm
off
gonna
right
pull it up
now.
right now for you. Yeah, dude, it's interesting, interesting to say the least. Because like this was like a Marvel, like this was like an event that Marvel was like obviously
Hosting or invited to?
they're definitely like were invited to, but they had to obviously okay this.
Yeah,
So,
obviously, like yeah,
uh,
to do. So obviously they're teasing some type of thing, huh?
yeah. So here, this is Angela Bassett,
Oh shit.
Tiana Taylor, uh, Denai Guerrera as Okoye, and then I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
But then this photo right here, a Damson Idris holding hands with Queen Rwanda, Angela Bassett.
Oh, so
He was part of the Black Panther stuff. So
yeah.
that's where I'm
So
like
you think it's almost like a soft launch in a
like
way,
they're
a
they're
tease.
either messing with us or they're hinting at like something to us. So I mean, I'll throw up the Avengers Doomsday concept art as well. I know I have it.
So I'm not familiar with this guy. Was he thrown around as a rumored like candidate for the recast?
Yeah, he just was in F1 with Brad Pitt, and recently he was in an interview. I had made a short about it, and when asked, he didn't really play coy. He kind of like,
Oh, I think I remember you sending that to me. Okay.
yeah, he just
He was kind of like I would love to or something like that, right?
yeah, he couldn't say yes or no to it, but he also was like not really saying
No,
no
yeah.
either. Uh,
If
sorry,
the
I'm
boot fits, you know.
blanking on this photo. Where is it?
That's interesting. I love the caption. Don't forget about the new T'Challa.
I just like, dude, at where the fuck am I? My pictures are. All right, here we go. Like, this was from
Wow.
the leaked concept art, and I believe I could be wrong, but I believe the artist did say that he used his likeness for the concept art as well.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
so I mean, I think it's plausible, but at the same time, like they could very well just be messing with us. It's Marvel. It's something that they have done before, like messing with fans anyway. So yeah, but on top of that, Lewis Pullman had also just said that he's done filming Doomsday. Unless I got another call, I'm just along for the ride. He has completed filming as Sentry/Devoid, aka Bob. So what does that mean? Well, hopefully he's not dead. That would kind of suck.
All right.
But I mean, I'm assuming Doomsday reshoots are going to be starting soon, especially because
Yeah. Well, when did they stop? I thought they stopped recently. Like they were finished a few weeks back already.
Yeah, they finished filming a couple weeks back, but within a month or so, I'd assume if they're going to be doing any reshoots, they're
Yeah,
going to before starting production on Secret Wars in April. Um, because Supergirl just started its 2 weeks of reshoots as well. So, and
yeah,
the
yeah,
Superman suit's gone. So,
yeah.
uh, Superman will
Interesting.
probably be showing up in Supergirl because the production's using the suit. So, along with that, we got some news for the Batman Part Two. Not a whole lot. This one's kind of something we already knew. Matt Reeves revealed that it's the second film in the franchise, and that yes, it's the second film. So it is still going to be a trilogy. We're still hopefully going to be getting Batman Part Three. Just hopefully it doesn't take another 5 years.
Yeah,
Along
right.
with Colin Farrell had read the script and he was very pleased, and he also had mentioned that the film was set a few weeks after the ending of the Penguin.
I
So
saw
we are
this.
going to
Yeah.
be getting a Christmas movie Batman or a Batman Christmas movie.
Oh
Like,
shit.
so I hope the movie ends like going into the new year with New Year's. But so
Wow. When did Penguin how did it like what was the month we thinking? Like an October-ish type of?
uh, I think it was right after Thanksgiving.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because October was the Batman Part One,
Yes, yes, because
and
October 31st, that was the
yeah,
speech. Yeah.
so I think that it's gonna be leading like towards Christmas, but at the same time, the last Christmas movie we had for Batman was The Dark Knight Rises, if you even want to count that. Then
Uh-huh.
before that was Batman Returns. So
How
I'm
do
just
you
excited
feel
to get
about that?
snowy
Like,
Batman, dude. Like,
yeah, how do you feel though that they kind of take place so close together each time? So far, at least.
well, since it's its own like contained universe, uh, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah,
need to
because
see him jump 3 years in time. There's still so
so
much
you'd
time
almost
for the
rather
younger
not that,
Batman.
you think?
Yeah, just because
Or
I know in the DCU we're gonna have an older Batman. I'd rather
yeah,
have the younger one,
yeah,
like the year one, year two Batman now, so we can see that side of him before we get into the DCU Batman where he already has a son, that being Robin.
right, right.
Um, as well, Andy Serkis had read the script, said it's really good. It's a good script, really good. So obviously he's gonna be back as Alfred and Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Still no confirmation on who the main villain is. Obviously the Penguin will be in there, but he said it's his role's not gonna be huge. But we have some news regarding Kang, and there was a couple different things that came out recently. Jeremy Renner had said that Marvel Studios had big plans for Kane for Jonathan Majors. I don't know enough about Jonathan and his situation to know. I know they had big plans for that character. I'll go on to continue. Um, and all he added to here was that's for sure. But there's multiple instances where he talked about this that Kang was going to be set up for something. Obviously, we know the Kang Dynasty, but there's also this from Michael Waldron where they had an idea for the Kang variant to be defeated by the Young Avengers, which
Mm,
Ant-Man already defeated Kang. If Kang also gets defeated by the Young Avengers, I don't really know how they would still make him feel like this threat. But
yeah,
this kind of
there
goes
would be
into it
no
here.
way.
It's a Michael Waldron had said that they were so stoked about it, only to discover that a particular Kang carried a little card that said to be patient with him. It was his first day as Kang. So basically, the Kang they would have defeated was like a newbie. But even then, I
Okay.
feel like that would also still like dumb down. I don't know the fact that
Yeah.
the main Kang got defeated by Ant Man.
And then would be followed by another Kang getting defeated
Yeah,
by the Young Avengers.
and then the other Kang defeated by Loki and Sylvie. So like I don't know how like I just don't know how that would go. And obviously that this didn't happen for a reason, one way or
Hmm.
another. Without Jonathan Majors as well, there's a reason why they didn't go through with this. They could have just recast. So obviously they weren't feeling this.
Yeah.
uh,
Well, he claims even before the whole situation, they were looking at ways to pivot from Kang. You know,
yeah.
was it Kevin saying that, Kevin Feige?
Also, David Desmalchian wants to play Morbius in the MCU,
Hmm.
which honestly,
He got the look. He
dude,
got the
that's
look,
right.
man.
Anything is better than Jared Leto at this point for Morbius.
He got the
But
look.
uh,
Was that Polka Dot Man?
yeah, Polka Dot Man. Also, he was an Ant Man. He was one of
Yeah, one of
Scott's
the
crew.
yeah.
And then also
Yeah.
Quantumania, he was the one jelly guy that would like touch people.
Yeah, yeah.
um, but yeah, he wants to play Morbius, and he's a huge comic book nerd. I watch his podcast. He would be perfect for it. And he goes on to say, I think Morbius is to me a really interesting metaphor for addiction and some of the more difficult elements when wrestling with that different parts of ourselves, psychologically that take over, especially anger parts, self-destructive parts, or uncontrollable parts of ourselves. I love vampires. Dog.
Hmm.
Like I yeah. If hell, if Morbius showed up in Brand New Day and it would be him, I wouldn't be upset. Especially if it leads to Midnight Suns. Cool.
Yeah, and they did tease that a while back, or not even them. I guess they were more so talking that that was gonna happen.
Yeah. And also too, like Morbius showed up in the first Blade movie as the post credit scene. Or deleted scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Really?
Yeah. This was Michael Morbius. And a deleted post credit scene for Blade.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to have him. But also, Andy Muschietti, Welcome to Derry just came out in the first episode.
Hmm.
And in there, he had these two comic book pages back to back, scene for scene. It's Detective Comics number 298, as well as The Flash 123. And I don't know if you know, Nick, but James Gunn had just posted this cover for Clayface yesterday before the episode dropped. And then it showed up in the episode.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then also DC
What?
reposted
What?
it.
It's on HBO.
Yep, HBO Max.
Oh
And Andy
my.
Muschietti is behind it. So, like, dude,
There's
it
some
was like 2 days
interconnectivity.
ago. And if you look at DC, um,
So what? Oh, interesting. So why was that there? What are we thinking?
well, it's Andy Muschietti. He did this before, where he put like a Batman thing in the first It movie.
Huh?
But if this isn't a nod to something, alluding to
Yeah,
something, I don't know what is. The fact that James posted this literally yesterday or 2 days ago,
yeah.
and now DC themselves posted as well. Like it's
They want you to see it.
yeah, they want you to see it.
They want you to
110
look at this
percent.
comic book for some reason.
Well, like, I'm assuming like I don't know if we'll get the Flash and Brave and the Bold or even Clayface. I honestly I hope that these two Batman shows up in Clayface. I don't know how it wouldn't.
Hmm.
Um, but and it'll be Batman and Robin. So I don't know. I'm just like, dude, that's too much of a coincidence.
Hmm.
I don't want to be like just drinking the fucking Kool-Aid, but that's too much of a coincidence for me.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so that is something to definitely look out for. Um, yeah, yeah, because this was a Batman right here, and it.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
It's all gonna
Marvel.
come to us like one day in the future. Like, oh, that's why
The
they did
second the
that.
trailer drops, I'm like, oh, that's what you
Mhm.
meant. Marvel Zombies is moving forward with a season 2,
Oh
according to
wow,
Panel RPK.
I haven't watched season one yet. I'm waiting for Halloween.
Dude, that's a great time to do it though,
I'm waiting for Halloween, like Carter said. He's gonna do it then.
which makes a whole lot of sense.
Hmm.
As well, this is what I was talking about earlier. David Duchovny's Superman suit is currently being used by the production and super cool reshoots. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
They only have one suit.
they definitely have multiple. Like for example, Eddie Davenport has his own
Yeah.
suit. He's a stunt double. He has his own suit. Uh,
Mm.
so
They just took it off just to generate some hype.
it's very possible, but at
Hmm.
the same time, it, they might only have one for David.
Yeah.
So because like John Cena has always like whenever he steals the suit, he's renting it out, but they only have the one, so that's why they're like don't
Really?
destroy it. They only have the one because it's really expensive.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So it's like 100K per suit or more.
Damn.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like I wouldn't want to wreck that either.
Yeah.
I don't got the money to pay for that.
I did not know that one, man. That
It is
expensive.
redunculous how expensive they are. But that's really all currently I have for news. And, there's some stuff for Lanterns today. Apparently, it's really good. But
I saw that.
like
Yeah.
I'm excited for that as well.
That's interesting. Like, so you think for like the Black Panther stuff, we would get that reveal in like Doomsday?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
probably
Nowhere
like
else. You don't think? Do you think like it could even be almost like an after credit thing for a show or something? Like,
I don't know. I feel like for if Dam if Damson Idris is playing T'Challa or Toussaint, um, just a Black Panther, I feel like it would
mm-hmm.
be from a different world. It could be even from the X-Men world, but
Mm,
I feel like he'll already be there for when I don't know, just because of the concept art. I feel like it's gonna be on Battle World because along with that concept art, we also got the Hulk village. She Hulk was there,
yeah.
Star and Hulk. So I feel like it could be part of Secret Wars with Battle World and him already just being there, and because Wakanda was a part of it on the map.
Are we under like that concept art is real? Like we're under that again? I thought like
The Russo brothers came out and said it was fake, but they said that before with their own concept art that was real.
okay.
And I don't believe anything the Russos fucking say. So
Yeah, so
like
it's most likely real then, yeah.
it's like I don't know. There's just too much behind it for me to believe it's not
Yeah.
because they never said it was fake. They just said that's not their concept art for their movie. Which,
Oh.
but they also said that the word Endgame was like the title of Avengers Endgame
Endgame
was
was
never
not
said,
said in
but it
yeah
was.
in Infinity
So
War, yeah.
I don't fucking believe them, dog. Like it's raps. So obviously until it comes from Marvel themselves, take everything with a grain of salt. But I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it is probably a real concept art. If it's going to be shown, though, that's a whole different story. If it's going to be actually seen to fruition, that's up in the air. But
Yeah.
definitely, the concept art is real in terms of someone did make it because the artist came out and talked about it.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. That's I'm cool with it. I like that
I'm cool
idea.
with it
At
too.
least it because it's a different world, a different
Yeah,
universes, you know?
and to still always honor T'Challa and
Yeah.
Chadwick, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, like I feel like now it's time to pass the torch. They did the right thing by not recasting right away, but we can't just this character can't just be
Yeah.
done
Yeah. There's so much more that they could do with that character, you know?
100%.
And I think that would be the right way to do it. How they would do it now would be the right way with, not even like a recast. It's just a different, version. It's a different
Yeah,
universes,
could be from 1610. It could be from A3. It could be from anywhere. It could like
Yeah.
and as well like that means that sure you can still be there too. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't have
Yeah.
to be replaced. She doesn't have to die, and she can still be there. Because also too, Marvel needs to just stop killing their villains off.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you have that Captain America comic. I guarantee there's probably in there somebody is going to get captured and go to prison,
Hmm.
and that character will come back later on. They don't need to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
And feel like Marvel's wasting some of their biggest characters on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
I don't know. Because like no one died really in Superman. Think about it. Like Lex
Yeah.
Luthor
Like
died.
everyone was just
Ultraman
put on the
got sent
burner
out to
right
the
now.
cosmos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can't say the same thing for Peacemaker. A lot of people died, but I mean, but even then, Captain Triumph still lived. So
Yeah. There's still some tease for something else. Like there's that looming threat still.
yeah, and obviously now too with everything with Salvation. I'm so excited for that though.
I am too. It's just still bitter, but
I
I
feel like
won't
that
be
won't go
when it
away.
happens. I'll be like, all right, it was good.
Yeah, it's just until we get like the continuation. Honestly, I feel like until we get lanterns, I'm gonna feel that way. Once we get lanterns, I'll be like, ah, it'll be fine. Like I was just
Lanterns
making a big deal
is when
about
is
it.
it slated to come out? Lanterns.
I'm assuming it's probably gonna come out in spring, like probably in like May. If I had to guess.
So when do you think a trailer would come?
Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that
100%.
makes
They're
sense.
probably gonna hold off for
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So that'll be February.
So Super Bowl. What do you think Marvel will do? Brand new day?
Yeah, but also Sony handles all that.
I know. I
So
was gonna say that's more of a Sony thing. So Marvel would
and
have to tease something.
yeah, and Sony's so fucking weird with Sony's so weird with how they promote stuff because the first No Way Home trailer came out in July or August, and the movie came out in December,
Yeah,
and that was the first teaser, and that's like
yeah.
that was only like less than 6 months.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna look up the Daredevil Born Again season 1 trailer. Um, like the release date.
I remember we got the teaser for Deadpool and Wolverine on the Super Bowl, and they came out in July later that year.
Yeah, and we also got one for Multiverse of Madness. So the first
Yes.
Daredevil Born Again. Holy shit! Yeah, the first Daredevil Born Again trailer came out on January 15th, and the show came out on March 4th. So it might be next year or by the time we get
The
to
only
it.
thing was that it was like kind of in like production hell, right, for a little bit. Daredevil.
Yeah,
They had to fix so much stuff that like maybe that's why it was delayed to that month for the trailer.
but at the same time, like Wonder Man was just delayed by a month as well.
Oh yeah, true
And also,
that.
like the Punisher special presentation is currently being edited, but there's
Yeah.
no like that'll come out in summer as well. But when are we getting a trailer for that?
Yeah, it seems like it feels like all roads lead to Marvel doing some type of doomsday thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's why, like, just like Rossi had just said, like Fire and Ash, I feel like is going to be the best place for it because, I mean, it's rumored that we're going to be getting not only an Odyssey trailer, Brand New Day, and Doomsday all in front of Fire and Ash. So
Yeah.
it's possible. Rossi, thank you for the 10 months, dude. Um, Nick, shouldn't you be at a con or something?
No, no, not right now.
Not for
I'm
5 months, dude.
home. I'm home, yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, I just I don't know. I like New Rockstars had mentioned this. Doomsday is costing Doomsday and Secret Wars is costing 2 billion. Like they need Doomsday needs to make 2 billion to break even. I'm pretty sure.
Really.
Yeah. So like, dude, you better start promoting it a year in advance. Like
Yeah, you
anything
better get
Marvel
that
news
hype
right now
up.
is dead. Like no one cares about Marvel right now, or Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, true.
And DC starting to decline too. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see DC being a little bit on the low right now. Especially after that finale.
yeah. They didn't like if they would have left the finale off with a bang. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it would be different. But since now we have to wait until we don't even know when for Lanterns, like technically the next thing we know, like for sure, will come out with Supergirl, so that we have almost 8 months until that comes out.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, Stranger Things is gonna take over, you
Yeah,
know?
for a month and a half, and then it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
then we got Wonder Man, but I don't think Wonder Man's gonna do anything. If I'm being honest, just because
Mm.
I don't know, it doesn't feel like Marvel has any faith in it.
Yeah, it's almost like that. Yeah, Marvel
Because that's what was
also
thought
didn't
last
think
year.
anything. Yeah, also didn't think it was gonna do anything. You know?
Yeah, but like yeah, it's just in a weird spot because Marvel and DC both need to get wins after wins to win the fans back, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which sucks to say. I really want them to, but I mean, I just no one cares anymore.
Yeah. It is kind of. It's kind of sad how how all that happened. You know?
Yeah, and like Rossi just said it perfectly. Like Supergirl shouldn't be the next movie. It could be good, but I don't know what the interest is for the normies, and that's
Yeah.
exactly it. Like I don't think that's is right for the normies either because, especially with Warner Brothers trying to sell, like dude, like we need to make this.
You didn't make it look profitable, baby. Like you know?
Well, not even that. Like in three years, James could be out then if they sell, because it would take
Mhm.
like 2 to 3 years for the transition. But after that, like you need to make these next 2 to 3 years really count and make sure every single movie and show you're putting out is a hit after a hit because there's no guarantees going to be there, and it could just be another group of people that come in and redo it, and it'd be even worse. So
Mhm.
I'd rather just not like while we have the time, make it count.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Yeah. That is. I don't understand why Warner Brothers is selling either. I haven't really been following that either. I feel like it just happened and now.
everyone's got a price.
True.
But,
I
but
didn't
like
think Paramount would be able to put in a bid like that.
Paramount is they have so much money, dude. Like
Really?
yeah, they have so much money.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that much more than Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Wow.
But like okay, the DC Batman movie was announced almost 5 years ago now, or 3 years ago now. We still haven't like. It'll be when the movie comes out. It'll be 5 years since it was announced. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
same thing with Wonder Woman. Like I know James won't do anything until the script is good, and I'm all behind that. But like, dude, it's got to get stepped up. Like, we got to start moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of like hesitation too with like with it already, you know?
Yeah,
It's like I don't want to screw this up, so I really want to make sure it's right. But now it's like you're losing people now with that, you know?
yeah, and that's where just like Rossi had said, like Supergirl might only make 350 to 400 million, and will that even be like profitable for him?
Yeah. How much did it cost for Superman?
The number changes every
It's
day.
just yeah.
I think I gotta take Ozzy out. So I'm gonna say around like 350 to 400 million.
Damn. Damn.
Yes, that we need Batman. We need the Trinity, but we also need a Justice League.
The only thing that would have been good like if the Robert Pattinson, if they're not doing the two different Batman, if they're doing the two different Batman, like the Robert Pattinson Batman would have held that over like that. They wouldn't have had to like instantly put in a new Batman for the DCU. You know, like they could have really milked how long it took Batman to get into the DCU. I feel.
Yeah, and which I don't know. It like from what I understand, Matt Reeves was given the opportunity. Like if he wanted to be part of the DCU, we can do it. And he said that he would rather it be separate.
He'd rather do his own thing. I kind of
So
prefer that.
like yeah, I would prefer it too, just because like I don't like don't mess with his shit. Like if he already has a plan for it, don't mess with it. Like
Yeah.
let him have his
Don't make it try
plan.
to fit in where it wasn't meant to fit in.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You
you can find
know?
a different puzzle piece to fit that spot. That
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like either way, it's a weird spot. I don't really know how to feel about it because like I'm really excited, but I'm also kind of worried.
Yeah.
Like how many more flops are studios gonna keep allowing before? Like
Yeah. I just wonder if it's almost like doomed in a way, like no pun intended, but like is there just too much like brand damage for like superhero movies in general? You know?
and I don't. The thing is, I don't really even think we'll know until after Secret Wars comes
Yeah.
out, and also until after the first X Men movie comes out, because that is gonna bring so many people back as that first X Men movie.
Yeah. 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 They're saving like all big things to happen, going to Marvel. They save it seems like they're saving so many big things to happen in a movie like Doomsday. Like no solo movie really will have anything crazy happen anymore in a way.
Yeah, because like we know where it leads, so like there can't be any like absolutely
Yeah.
crazy stakes. Like it's
Like even in Thunderbolts, when it becomes the new Avengers, like we were all pretty sure no one was dying besides that one character. You know what I mean?
it's same thing with Fantastic Four because like when they did that announcement, Thunderbolts hadn't come out, or no, Thunderbolts hadn't come out yet,
Hmm.
and neither had Fantastic Four. So like you already confirmed that no matter what happens in their movies, they're returning.
Hmm.
So I don't
Hmm.
know. I feel like that also kind of shot themselves in the foot with that because
You're ready. Yeah. Now there's no speculation for certain things. Like,
yeah.
you know,
Thank you, Rossi.
could be Star Wars is true.
Dude,
So true.
like I want to be excited for Star Wars, but I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I'm defeated. I'm kicked. I'm kicked down and defeated right now.
Yeah, they'll kick me while I'm down with some dirt in my eye.
I know it's like yo, come on, bro, please. But isn't Visions coming out? Is that coming out? Like
Vision Quest. Yeah, next year,
no,
but
no,
it's
no,
not
like the
released.
Star Wars Visions.
Oh, Star Wars Visions. I don't fucking know. I
I
haven't
think it's
watched
like
season
coming out
two.
tomorrow, honestly, or something like that.
I watched the first episode of like Visions, and I watched a couple of other ones, like the
Yeah, and
Boba
I
Fett
I
one,
never watched it again.
and I just kind of stopped. I just never
People
really.
swear by it, but I'm not gonna watch
Oh, no,
it.
I'm good. I'll. Yeah, I feel like there's better things I could be doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I don't know. I'm kind of weird. Like if it like with that because it's not canon at all. It doesn't fit into the canon at all. Like I kind of don't really care then, just because it's not moving the story forward for me.
Yeah, I'm not into like that type of like like anime and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna really go out of my way to watch it.
Yeah,
You know.
just different flavors.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's which is fine, but yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna seek that out.
Yeah,
You know. But
but also as well, just quickly while we're on the news before we get out of here, Wilson Bethel confirmed that Bullseye will be back for season 3. So again, like we know that he's not going to die in season 2.
did he say that at the Space Con?
Yeah,
Because I was literally watching him on stage. I couldn't
yeah.
hear
So
him, but I was watching
you guys
him.
like booth right there.
Yeah, I was watching him on stage. I was like, "Oh shit, that's Bullseye." And then I went on Twitter later that day, and it was like making headlines on things. I was like,
Yeah,
"Damn,
that's
what did
how
you
it
just
was.
say in front of me that I missed?"
Yeah, because I was in the room for the Charlie Cox panel last year for Chicago Fan Expo, and like things were being talked about in the room. Like an hour later on Twitter, were like trending and getting like blowing up. I'm like, fuck, I was just in the
Yeah,
room for that, dude. That was cool. Like,
yeah, I knew that first. Like,
like I know for all of you, but no,
yeah,
like
really.
it's yeah. I'm just glad that like Bullseye is sticking around. He's not gonna be killed off.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm
I'm happy with
interested
it.
to see their dynamic like in season 2.
Yeah, and
You know.
how it'll lead into season 3.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
I'm excited for Jessica Jones, dude. Like I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is a lot. Yeah, at the same time, like as we were just saying that, there is some cool things like happening
Yeah,
still, But it's like the problem is how many people are gonna really see them now at this point because they're so jaded at all this,
yeah,
you know.
and that's exactly it. Like who's like probably no one's gonna watch it, and then it's gonna get canceled after season 3
And then yeah,
again.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
So yeah, it's a rough spot for comic book fans right
It
now.
is. It is. Just we're
Comic book
almost there,
fan
right?
fans, it is. Yeah,
We're almost there, at least for Doomsday.
yeah. All roads lead to doomsday.
Yeah, literally.
But I don't have really anything else, Nick. Do you have anything that you want to mention at all or talk about?
No, no. I mean, you filled me in on everything. A lot of this I didn't hear until today.
Well, that's a good thing.
I've been so off since So
Well, I'll be seeing the comic theory videos come
yeah,
flying out.
gonna have to really have to lock in on this.
Yeah, I'll probably be back next week with Carter. I would
Yeah,
assume.
yeah. I'm free for that, so that'll be good.
But we'll see you guys then. Oh,
All
we
right.
got Predator Badlands in like a week and a half as well. I'm gonna go see that. It comes out.
Yeah, I don't watch any of that. I
Damn,
feel
dude.
like I'm missing out now. You keep posting it. I'm missing out. I feel like
I don't know.
I just
I
started
hope I
Breaking
do.
Bad. And I can't do another one now. I know.
Yeah, dude. Finish Breaking Bad.
I
You'll
gotta
have it.
lock in on that. Then I can get into that.
Yeah, you got 3 seasons left. You'll be good.
Yeah, yeah,
Sopranos is first. I'm glad, but yeah.
yeah. We got that done.
But see you guys next week. Yeah. Deuces.
Later.